Obviously, a lot was made of this matchup between yourself and Diana Taurasi. I know she's one of your idols. How big is it for you to get a win here against her today?
I'm just happy we won.
For more than 10 years, Diana Taurasi reigned supreme in the WNBA, crafting a legacy that appeared unassailable. Then, Caitlin Clark emerged, a rising star with a singular goal, to claim Taurasi's throne. Every encounter between them intensified, with Clark consistently outperforming Taurasi, proving her ability to compete at the pinnacle of the sport. Yet, Taurasi always managed to leave her indelible mark, showcasing
Unbelievable! The meter is still running. Here's Cloud into the corner. Taurasi driving the closeout. Oh, a little bit of jelly at the...
Their friendly rivalry began in 2021 when Caitlin Clark made a splash as a freshman at Iowa, with many dubbing her the new Diana Taurasi because of her impressive shooting range. However, Taurasi confidently countered in an interview, declaring that no one could match her on the court, asserting her dominance and experience in the game.
What's coming? There's more than just that are coming. What will the league have in store for them when they get them?
Reality is coming.
Okay.
There's levels to this thing.
But that was just the beginning. The Fever took it to the next level, sweeping the Mercury in their season series, with Caitlin Clark shining as both a shooter and a playmaker. Among those games, one performance stood out above all others. On June 30th, 2024, Caitlin Clark didn't just match Diana Taurasi's intensity, she showed the veteran exactly what she was made of. With a masterful display of skill and poise, Clark proved she was destined for greatness. That unforgettable night, she erupted for 29 points, 12 assists, and 9 rebounds, just one rebound shy of a triple-double. This performance not only propelled the Fever to a crucial win but also gave them a significant confidence boost as they charged toward the playoffs. It was as if Clark had channeled her inner Michael Jordan, taking Taurasi's challenges personally. Taurasi, however, wasn't done. She had more to say.
You guys got the win. What was the mindset going into this one to get a dub?
I think we were just resilient. You know, when they punched us in the mouth, we always found a way to answer. I think people stepped up when their number was called and they were put in. I thought we came out and started the second half well.
You know, you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time.
On paper, it appeared to be an uphill battle for the Fever. The Phoenix Mercury boasted a star-studded roster, including 3 Olympic gold medalists, and had previously secured easy victories over the Fever. But this time was different. From the moment the ball tipped, Caitlin Clark was on a mission.
If you're looking for a ticket, it's going to hurt your pocket. And we are underway.
Caitlin Clark was on a mission, playing with a fire that suggested she had something to prove, and she certainly delivered. Both teams came out swinging, but it was the more experienced Phoenix squad that initially held the upper hand, jumping to an early 6-0 lead with Diana Taurasi lighting up the scoreboard as expected.
To a 6-0 lead, just underway. Here's Taurasi, working against Wallace. Taurasi with the lay, got it off.
By the 7-minute mark, things weren't looking good for the Fever. Caitlin Clark was struggling, racking up turnover after turnover and shooting at just 33% from the field. The Fever found themselves trailing Phoenix by 12 points, with momentum firmly in the Mercury's favor. Indiana had trouble setting up their offense, while Taurasi and Brittany Griner's dominant chemistry in the paint
% from the field to start the first quarter here. Taurasi off the Griner screen. Griner with a nice catch.
Down by a significant margin in the first quarter, Caitlin Clark began to find her rhythm. Slowly but surely, she chipped away at the Mercury's lead, showing
He's come from above the break. Here's Clark, still trying to find her rhythm. A deep pull. Got it!
Then, Clark delivered a perfectly timed lob to Aaliyah Boston under the basket. With flawless execution, Boston made no mistake, sinking the ball effortlessly into the net. That play helped Indiana close the gap.
Cloud smoked the layup. Wheeler quickly up court. Boston running the floor for the layup.
In the second quarter, the Fever's ball movement finally started to click, creating open looks and better opportunities. The point gap began to narrow, but Indiana was still trailing. Then, Caitlin Clark made a statement, pulling up in transition and sinking a roaring three-pointer from the logo, cutting the score to 48-53. Next
with the board.
Diana Taurasi has 48 triples coming into the game.
Logo! Clark with a deep 3.
The third quarter kicked off with a bang as the Fever seized the lead. Caitlin Clark delivered a smooth assist to Kelsey Mitchell, who drained a clutch corner 3. The moment sparked a noticeable shift in energy as Indiana's...
And here comes Mitchell, who seems to be reinvigorated and revived here in the second half. Clark with the show and go. Mitchell, the 3-ball.
Towards the end of the quarter, Caitlin Clark recorded her 10th assist of the game, marking her second professional game with over 10 assists. With the Fever now leading 65-56, they were in full control and riding a wave of confidence.
Blitzer this time. And a nice layup underneath. Home being the operative word. Cloud walks into the 3 off the mark. And that'll do it. The Indiana Fevers storm into the desert and win their first game against a team over 500.